All right, everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with me. And
Always a pleasure to be here.
yeah, it's going to be a good one today. We're gonna be diving into the idea of respect
Yeah.
and how it shapes our actions. And I think this one it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So we're working from just one quote today,
Hmm.
but it's pretty powerful. Let me just read it to you. Here we go. Respect for ourselves guides our morals. Respect for others guides our manners.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? When I first read that, I was like, whoa, that's pretty deep.
Yeah.
It's like it connects respect to like both our inner values, like what we believe is right and wrong, but also how we treat other people.
It really gets to the heart of how respect works on different levels.
Right.
Right? I mean, on the one hand, you have this inner compass, this moral code that guides your own decisions. And that, according to the quote, comes from how much you respect yourself.
So like if you don't respect yourself very much,
Yeah.
it's easier to do things that you know aren't really right.
That's the idea. If you don't value yourself, it's easier to compromise your values in other areas of life, too. You might be more likely to, I don't know, lie to get ahead or cheat on a test or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. It's like if you don't have that solid foundation of self-respect, it's harder to stick to your principles when things get tough.
Exactly. But on the flip side, when you have a strong sense of self-worth, you're more likely to make choices that align with your morals. You deserve to live a life that you're proud of, so you're less likely to stray from that path.
That's so interesting. And it makes total sense. Okay, so that's the respect for ourselves guides our morals part. But what about the second part of the quote? The respect for others guides our manners bit.
Well, that's where the outward expression of respect comes in. It's about how we treat the people around us, even the ones we might not agree with.
So manners are like the actions that stem from our respect for others.
Think of it this way. Morals are your internal compass, while manners are the external navigation system. They help you steer through social situations with respect and consideration.
Okay, I think I'm getting it. But how are manners different from morals? I mean, aren't they kind of the same thing?
Well, they're definitely connected, but there's a subtle difference. Morals are about your personal beliefs about right and wrong, while manners are more about social conventions and etiquette, the rules of polite behavior.
So it's like morals are about what you believe deep down.
Yeah.
And manners are about how you show that respect in your interactions with others.
Exactly. But here's where things can get a little tricky. Sometimes being truly moral, truly respectful of yourself and your values, might mean going against those social norms, those rules of etiquette.
Wait, really? Can you give me an example?
Sure. Imagine you're at a dinner party and someone starts telling a joke that you find offensive. Maybe it's racist or sexist or something like that. What do you do?
That's a tough one. You don't want to be rude, but you also don't want to just sit there and laugh along like it's okay.
Right. And that's where the tension between morals and manners can come in that situation. Your morals might be telling you to speak up, to challenge that kind of behavior, but your manners might be telling you to be polite, to avoid making a scene.
Oh, man, that's a dilemma. So what's the answer? How do you know what to do in a situation like that?
Honestly,
Yeah.
there's no easy answer. It really depends on the specific situation and your own personal values. But the key is to be aware of that tension, to recognize that sometimes doing the right thing might mean going against what's considered polite.
So it's like sometimes true respect means having those tough conversations, even if they make people uncomfortable.
It can, but remember, it's not about being confrontational for the sake of it. It's about finding a way to express your values in a way that's both authentic to you and respectful of others.
That's a good point. Okay, so I think I'm starting to see how respect is this really complex idea that influences everything from our inner compass to our outward actions.
And that's the beauty of it. Respect isn't just a one-size-fits-all concept. It's something that we have to constantly work on and refine, both in how we treat ourselves and how we treat others.
This has been such a thought-provoking conversation. I feel like I have a whole new understanding of what respect really means.
I'm glad to hear that. And I think the biggest takeaway from all this is that respect is something we can always be working on. It's a journey, not a destination.
That's a great way to put it. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But I think this quote has given us all plenty to think about. How can we cultivate more respect in our own lives? How can we make sure that our actions are guided by both our morals and our manners? It's a question worth asking ourselves every day.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for having me.
Of course. It's always great chatting with you.
Likewise. Until next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.